be part of the John Maxwell group. And he talks about three things: care, help, and trust. So when I would sit across from someone, I knew it was my job to, number one, they had to feel like I authentically cared about them, which I do, to my own fault, but I will never give that up. I don't care. I was dead in a crack house almost 22 years ago. Like, the vision I had 5 years into sobriety was like, yeah, dude, I saved your sorry ass. You better do some good stuff. So I'm good with it. But I will make sure that you know authentically, and it's not a bait and switch, that you know I care about you and I care about your family. Number two, strategically, you have to feel like I can help you. Like, I will put together a one-page GPS to map out your freedom day, to help you make 50 grand, 100 grand, $1 million, 5 million, it doesn't matter what it is. It's just the science of achievement. And then the third thing is, because of that, I can't tell you, my goal is to have people go, I can't believe we've been together for 40 minutes and I trust you more than my best friend right now. And I will tell anybody, this is just my way of doing things, that when you don't have a hidden motive, that all comes out. And I know if I just help and serve enough people, the go-giver, I'm going to have everything I want. And I will tell you, in 2012-ish, I wrote down, I will be living near a beach. That's it. How the heck I ended up first in Ocean City, New Jersey, 2 blocks from the beach, I don't know how that happened, but it happened, right? And now I am minutes away from the Gulf of Mexico and the beaches of Anna Maria Island. Man, it's amazing. So the suggestion I would give from just a coaching standpoint, take off every mask that you wear, right? Get real, get raw. The old playbook, as Jesse Itzler said at EXPCon, rip up the old playbook. That doesn't work today, man. Human beings are looking for authenticity.
Yeah.
They're looking for a tribe.
Yeah, that's so good. That's so. I mean, that's like, I don't know, maybe it was Maxwell also who said that, that kind of popular saying, like, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care, right? And it's never been more true. And that's, I mean, I love that you said that, because people so often they worry about the scripts, or they worry about the process, or they worry about, like, I don't know enough, or what do I say, and all that kind of stuff like that. And if you walk in, and my my mantra before every recruiting appointment, and you know the life, the 21040 and everything else like that, right? We were stacked up with recruiting appointments all day long, every day, every week, every month, every year for years. So we talked to so many people, and it could be an assembly line if you let it. If you made it about the numbers and about the whatevers, because you got to hit my this and that whatever, but it was always about the people, which is one thing I really respected about you, seeing that, resonate, because you knew I would ask you about whatever, and you'd be like, oh, I had a great conversation with this person. You knew their name, you knew their life, you knew their whatever. But, I would always, before, pause, because I would go from one to the next, right? They would knock on the door and be like, your next appointment is here. I'm like, all right, hey, we got to wrap up, and walk to the next one. Pause and go, all right, like, what am I going to learn about this person? How can I help this person? Right? I'm gonna unlock the code on this individual and find out what they really need, what their fears are, what their hopes and dreams are, and I'm gonna find a way to help them. And that has nothing to do with them joining my company, right?
Yeah.
And then I was just massively curious, because now I was on a mission to go find out where they needed to go and what they were missing, whether they had something I could help them escape from, right? The running away from or running toward person, or something I could provide them to help them get where they want to go, and it had nothing to do with joining. If I could give it to them here, then I'd show that by being here, or whatever. But so that was the focus, right, in every appointment. And so, like, shed all of the other concerns and just walk into every discussion with someone, going, how do I help this human, this individual?
Yeah, and if that's not whoever's listening, like, if that's not your thing, you've got a team around you that can do that. And I will tell you, I remember, I was probably 2012, 2013, I can't remember, But and thanks to you, you always supported me, and you put me on a panel at one of the national conventions of how to recruit mega agents. And at the time, I had just recruited Gary Mercer. And the way that I recruited him, I won't go through the whole thing, but it was literally, I was in line at Rite Aid, and I had just come from the gym. I was all sweaty and dirty. Gary's next to me in his, $5,000 suit. And I just said, "Hey, Gary, how you doing?" And, Gary's just so gregarious. He was just like, "Hi, Ed, how are you?" And I was like, you know what? I'm recruiting his ass right now. So we're like 10th in line. And I go, "Hey, I don't know who called this meeting, but is anybody looking to buy or sell real estate?" My hand to God, the whole line turned around at me like, "Oh, another realtor. What a jackass." The woman up front turns around and goes, "Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. We've had our house listed and it's not getting sold." And I went, "Well, here's the guy. He's the best real estate agent probably in the state of PA. Gary, give me one of your cards." He gives me one of his cards. I walk up, give it to the woman, and he goes, "Why did you do that?" And I said, well, he goes, "We're competition." I said, "First of all, I haven't listed and sold since 2009. Second of all, she needs help. You are the best." Here you go. And I said, "While we're here, Gary, what else can I help you with?" And he told me a personal thing. I said, "Let's meet Monday morning. I have my 90 Days to Greatness class going." And he showed up. But at that event, at where I was on the panel, there were 3 other incredible leaders. They have so many initials after their name. I didn't even know half the words that they were saying. I was like, what, but incredible. And when it came to me, I forget who was interviewing me. It may have even been you. And I mean this, like you've known me long enough. I said, these leaders are unbelievable. Like they are literally the best of the best of the best. But there's one thing that they can't beat me in. No leader can in any industry. You can't even come close. You can't outlove me. It's impossible. You can't. That's just a divine download that I was given. And like when I say that, we know we're speaking the truth, that when you say something about yourself, you sort of get that little like quiver in your heart and your throat of like, oh my gosh, I have this gift. And I would just encourage anybody here, you already have the greatness in you that you need to succeed. And to succeed, for some of you, it might be $2 million a month in revenue share. For others, it might be $3,000 a month in revenue share. Or it might be losing weight, or it might be getting your marriage back. I don't know what that is, but what I can tell you is it's already inside you. You don't have to go find it out there, man. It's already right here. And when I said that, I watched every head sort of tilt like, that's weird. Like, I'm confused. Like, and I'm like, yeah, that's all right, man. We're not used to saying love. Like, and with my tribe, like with a lot of them, we end our coaching calls like, love you, man. Love you, brother. Love you, sister. Hey, man, I'm glad you're in my life. Sometimes we pray, right? For those that believe, I respect all beliefs and non-beliefs, man, but bringing that stuff into it, bringing that stuff into the company. And I will say, and shut up after this, the 90 Days to Greatness that I started. John Davis was the director of growth. We all remember those days. And he was like, hey, we need to winterize our market center. So the team leaders going to get together with their top 20% Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And this is the way we're going to insulate the offices. I was like, great, but there's one thing. Our audience is real estate agents, and they don't show up for shit. So the first Monday, I do my thing. Here's the ABC Y2 Mind, blah, 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 blah. Wednesday, I was like, screw this. Got rid of the desk, put everybody in a circle. There's about 40 agents there. And I said, I'm going to go around the room. I'm going to hear the best day of your life and the worst day of your life. And by the time the 4th person shared, it got real, man. And it's not because of me. It's because we created an environment of love, authenticity, vulnerability, transparency. And when you're looking at the top agent in your market center or your office, and you hear what happened to them when they were 8 years old, then everybody can relate. And they go, holy shit. And that's one thing I admire about you, dude. Like, I remember you telling the story. You know, you hit a thing on a boat. Next thing you know, you're hooked up to tubes and your eyes out. And like, holy shit, man. Like, I love to work with nitty gritty survivors. I want to hear the worst day of your life, man. I love to hear that.
Yeah, right on, man. I appreciate that. Yeah, you know, it's funny because when I talk to people, like, you know, people, you and I get together and we've been on the battlefield together and over time. And so people that have done it over time, we've all come to the same realization, right? And so that's part of the reason why we do these Fire Fridays. We want everyone else to, like, make our ceiling your floor, right? What we, you know, learned after time on task over time, right? You get to just take it and go, all right, good. I'm going to cut out all the trial and error. I don't have to do 20 years of doing this. I can do, you know, I can just start with all the stuff right away. And I think that's an important thing. There are skills you can develop. You can be better at listening